Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bat Post. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. Today we're doing a Manchester United versus Chelsea preview. It's the big game this weekend. Big for us on the channel. Before we do that, we hit 500 subscribers. We've been begging for it for a while, and we finally did it. So we've got to say thank you for that. And the only thing next is 1,000, isn't it?
Nice.
So if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 now, which is that's kind of exciting, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, that can be our hashtag road to 1000.
Road to 1,000. Get it in there. Right, cool. So yeah, as I said, Manchester United Chelsea preview, big game that's coming up this weekend. And before we talk about anything else, we were chatting in the group chat beforehand, and I'm baffled by what Adam said. He said he'd take Martial over Werner in his club. And I don't believe him. I don't believe you, Adam, mate.
Well, we said it in the chat, right? Werner has not established himself yet as a player in the Premier League. Martial's been here for years. He's found his feet. He's scoring goals when he's not being sent off. So
Let me put it to you this way. Let me put you to it this way. It's the summer transfer window. Chelsea haven't signed him yet. We're going in for him. Do you take him?
I'd take him.
Or do you say,
but
nah, Martial's good enough?
No, I'd take him, but I'd still rather have Martial in my squad because
Oh, Adam, no.
he's so overhyped. He's ridiculous. He's played in the German
Have
league
you watched the full 90? Have you watched the full 90?
with him playing.
Yeah.
Don't need to.
Oh,
All
Adam,
I
no,
see,
right.
I see is he's not scored till his fifth game at Chelsea. He scored 2 great goals. Don't get me wrong, but he's just when he joined, he was supposed to be this next prolific striker that's gonna bag every week. Not happened yet, has it?
No, of course not, because it's 5 games in, Adam. You're chatting pure waffle, man. Like,
Thought Martial won.
I know what you mean. He had. Oh, it took him 1 game. Like he had like maybe a slow. I'll put it in brackets. Slow start, yeah, but not really. And then he scored against Spurs. He scored 2 amazing goals against Southampton. He always looks ready to score. Like last night in the Champions League, obviously we didn't score, but it was against Sevilla. They were like so resolute. But like, oh, Adam, you're stressing me out, man. I had to say it at the start. Put it in the comments, yeah. If you're watching this, who would you rather have, Werner or Martial? I can guarantee you, it's most likely Werner.
Yeah, because most of the
Right.
fans, most of our fans on here aren't United fans, and we need more United fans, guys. Come on, so please reach out to me. I need your help because I can't do it on my own against these two.
Right. We'll move on from that. I just wanted to bring that up because it baffled me. So, do you want to go first? I guess you had a bet. We talk about form, don't we? We talk about form, see how we're doing before we get into the actual preview predictions. How's United doing? I know how you're doing. You're doing quite well.
Yeah, so I've not really had a chance to speak about the Newcastle game, to be fair, because I was away on the weekend. But it was an odd game because I didn't think we played too well. Yet we finished the game 4-1. I think in the group chat you were surprised that we did score 4 in the end. You know, I think we scored 2 in the last 10 minutes and maybe even 3. It was a bit of a whitewash in the end, but I wasn't too impressed with the performance. We were just again very sloppy. Defence was strong in the end, but it's own goals. You know, he's got 2 own goals the past 2 games. It's just there's stuff to be improved on anyway. But overall, you know, great result 4-1 against Newcastle. Then last night we played PSG and we played unbelievable. I said this in the review after the game. I've not seen us play that well since we beat City 3-2 last season. Sorry, 2-1.
Yeah, it was surprising.
But yeah, no, we played
like,
well. Every single I was so surprised. Before the game, I was nervous, but even after the first 10 minutes, you could tell that we were up for it, and every single player was up for it. Fred had a fantastic game. McTominay had a fantastic game. De Gea again made some fantastic saves, which could have pushed the game the other way. But we just always looked like we wanted to bounce back.
If De Gea wasn't in that form last night, and this is the thing that people write off De Gea when he has like 1 bad game, but you never write him off because when he's in that form, he's winning your matches. You don't win that match without him in net because
Exactly.
he made some 3 world class saves, a couple decent saves. Like, he had so much to do. Obviously, he's gonna have loads to do against Neymar and Mbappe and Icardi and all these people. But like, he absolutely turned up, and it was there. It was like you said, it was surprising. United doing well against PSG. Everyone thought PSG was just gonna come
I
for
know.
revenge, and it didn't happen.
And yeah, well, they you know what, they played well as well. They played some great attacking football, and if our defence wasn't on it, it would have been a whitewash. But Bissaka had a fantastic game. He made so many vital tackles. Tellez' first game was very impressive. He wasn't as defensive as I thought he would be, but his distribution into the box, into our box, was great. I'm hoping we'll get into this, but I'm hoping he'll start down the left on the weekend. But overall, I'm really impressed, and I won £80 as well. I want to bet finally.
That always helps. I mean, the obviously great result. Two great results going into our game. So obviously you guys probably looking the better of the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've got to ask, and Josh will thank me for asking this: why does Ali hate Van der Beek, man? What's wrong?
I know he's. Last night, I could see why he didn't start, because we had the tactics from the start. It was more defensive than attacking, and Van der Beek is an attacking player, innit? It's a shame not to see him, because whenever he comes on, he's unbelievable. He's such a clean passer. But he just needs to keep working at his chance. I back Ole. I back that he's going to be a regular soon enough. But at the moment, there's a few players playing better than him, I think.
Well, I mean, you said there you back Ollie, and to be fair, this result is just perfect for all of us, because it keeps Ollie in his job, and that's what we all want. We want just tragic, mad shit to happen and then when it gets a bit too far, when Ollie might be going, we want you to slap PSG. I'll take that, absolutely. That'll keep me happy. We'll move on to Chelsea game. We'll move on to the Chelsea game. Talk about our form real quick. Southampton, we drew 3-3. I've spoken about this at length. I don't need to speak about it too much. But last night, Chelsea Sevilla, it was 0-0, and for the first time in a very long time, we soaked up pressure against a very good side, and didn't concede. They had a lot more possession than us. They were going at us, and most of the time, they were the more attacking team. We had a lot of counters and a bit of possession, but definitely they were more dominant. And we soaked that up, and we took it, and we kept a clean sheet, and that is something huge to say. It was absolutely, you could tell it had been worked on. Thiago Silva and Mendy, them two coming in, made a difference, absolutely, because watching the game, you'll see Thiago Silva just shouting at Zuma, telling him where to go and where to be, and then at set pieces where we are pretty shit recently, like he'll command the line, he'll make sure everyone's where they need to be, and it's that we missed, and it's that exactly why we did so well yesterday. So I think also Mendy making a great save, being a very confident goalkeeper. So yeah, defensively, for the first time in a while, I'm actually so happy.
So do you think you found your keeper with Mendy then?
It's a difficult one, because for Southampton game, it was kind of like, can Kepa, this is the start of a redemption for you. Can you do it? You've been given an early chance to become the number one again, and he just flopped it. And then Mendy's come in, he gets another clean sheet. That's 2 and 2. So the reactionary answer would be yes. I love him, to be fair. He just commands the box more. He's more confident. He's just fucking there. He's a rock, and I do really like it. So there's that. Going forward, of course, we didn't get a goal. It was a boring. Well, it wasn't a boring 0-0. It was a 0-0 in the end. But to be fair, they're a team that are so together and strong, and it's the same, pretty much the same team as last season, bar a couple players. So they've got this chemistry that it was hard to break down. And Werner, honestly, it's mad that he didn't get a goal. He was so on it with it. Like you'll see this watching at 90 minutes. the amount of times he's ready to go cut for behind the defence and use his pace, and the amount of times he just wants the ball and he'll get it, and within 2 seconds there will be a shot on target. That's how good he is. Like, he really is good. I just couldn't unlock the door last game.
That's the main thing you want from a striker, isn't it? Shot on target. So fair play to him.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, we already had the confidence in the front four. It was the defence, and the defence seemed good. So going into the game coming up, I'm pretty happy. So
Confident
I guess we should
happy.
talk. Oh, it's a good question. I'm quietly confident after the Sevilla game. If the Sevilla game was any different, like if we conceded two, or even if we won but conceded, like I would have been less confident. But the defensive performance last night has made me quite confident, which is actually kind of strange. So we'll talk more about the game now. Predicted lineups. We got to do them. Adam, you said you were struggling with yours.
Yeah,
Why?
I am now. The reason I'm struggling is because of the way we played last night. We played 3 at the back last night with 2 wing backs, and we just soaked up pressure so well. Like you said against Sevilla, we did that against the best team in France. And whenever we did attack, we had so much space for the attacking players. So I'm at 2 minds in what team. I want them to play 3 at the back, or do I want to play 4 at the back? I don't know how Chelsea are going to set up either. So
yeah, I guess that's the thing. The last time, this probably should be said. The last time we played each other was the FA Cup semi-final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And both teams played 5 at the back, and it was almost like we both gave each other too much respect, and then ultimately we were able to utilise some of your individual mistakes. But yeah, so that's interesting when you think about it, because last time round you went 5 at the back, we went 5 at the back, and we kind of both thought that the other team would come attacking.
Yeah.
So this time round, could it be the opposite? Could both teams go attacking?
Yeah, that is true. On form, I'm going to say we're going to play 3 at the back because of the way we played against PSG and the way we played previously against you. Now, again, it's Wednesday at the moment. We're filming this on a Wednesday, so things could change in terms of team selection.
Oh yeah, drastically.
I'll go straight in with my team. I've got De Gea in net, and I've got 3 centre backs on: Maguire, Lindelof, and Tuanzebe. So he had a fantastic game last night. He was solid.
Yeah, he did.
And now I feel tight because McTominay and Fred had great games, but I think they're both going to be dropped for Matic if he's fit. I think he's going to be a holding midfielder, and then the wing backs would be Tellez and Wan-Bissaka. Pogba looked good when he come on. The game was dying out, I understand that, but he gives us that attacking force next to Bruno. So I'm putting them 2 midfield. And the biggest question is Cavani going to be playing? Because if he is, that's a totally different team. At the moment, I've got Rashford and Greenwood up front because Martial's still suspended. So, if Cavani's playing, he goes instead of Greenwood for me, up front with Rashford. And if not, it's Greenwood. Right down there. Can't really read me writing now. But yeah, well, again, that goes on what team you put out, and I don't know what you've put down for your team.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's interesting. So you're going what? You're going 5 at the back, 3 at the back, technically, kind of soak up pressure and play on the counter attack, and that is something that you are very good at. I think if Ollie had a trait, it would be that.
If he had one.
If he did, that would what it would be. For me, my predicted lineup's probably very boring. I would make one change, and that would be. So I'll go through it so the graphic looks good. We got Mendy in goal, has to be solid. I'd go with the same back 4, so James, Silva, Zuma, and Chilwell. Double pivot of Kante and Jorginho. They seem to be clicking together. I think we need to see a bit more cohesiveness. The first 5-6 games of the season, we've chopped and changed a lot, and it'd be nice to see a bit of first team football, sticking with that team, seeing what they can do, and just building a bit more chemistry. I think that will benefit us a lot. So that, and then the front four that we all want to see: the Ziyech, Havertz, Pulisic, Werner. So the only change I would make would be Mount for Ziyech. Mount looked kind of tired against Sevilla. Man's played a lot of football. Can't blame him. He's still a great player, but I think Ziyech now he's had two. He's came off the bench twice. He looks ready, looks fit. I think he needs a full game to have a go and just really, get that match fitness back. So for me, that's our lineup. And if we're going off the two lineups we both predict, we'd have more possession, and you'd be a bit more counter attacking. But to be honest, mate, if that's the way it is, we're not the best at that.
I know.
we find it hard to break down teams like Palace and we beat Palace, like Southampton and stuff. It just depends if that front floor can click like they did in the early stages of the Southampton game. If we can get them quick passes between Havertz, Werner, Pulisic, we can break you down, I reckon. So it's going to be an interesting game, really.
It is. I mean, we could also be totally wrong with these lineups and make ourselves like dicks.
That's
again, like
the
we
case.
said, it is Wednesday, so things probably will change before Saturday. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's the team I'd like to see anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's like that's what we both want to see. For me as well, on a Chelsea note, Ziyech out on the right and Pulisic on the left needs to happen because Mount's been playing out on the left, and they've kind of him and Pulisic on the right, and they kind of did intercut and change a couple of times, but ultimately when Pulisic was on the left, he was way more deadly than he was on the right. So I think if we start him on the left against you guys with again Werner, Havertz, and Ziyech around him, I can't see us not getting goals. I said that about the last game, and that was 0-0. But here we are. Let's talk about predictions then. So we talked about how we think we're going to play. What do you think? What would you think? How's the game going to go, Adam?
My mouth is staying firmly shut. Because, and I said this before the PSG game. I'm nervous again. So, but when I'm nervous, we don't do too bad. I think we'll win. I do think we'll win. I think our team is better on form at the moment. We've got a bit more confidence behind us. If Cavani's playing, he's gonna bag into. I'm gonna say 3-2 United.
A high scoring one.
Why not?
Yeah, it's actually this game comes at a very this game comes at a very interesting time, man. Like, it's been Champions League, big massive games. Then we've got this game coming up, and then we've got Champions League the week after. It's also compact, and it's such a big game for the title races. The table's still wide open, especially with teams like Liverpool and City not getting up to speed and quick enough yet. For me, really, I mean, both teams have done defensively quite well in their last games. It could be like I could see easily like a 1-1 happen. I'd understand that. Obviously, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I do think if we have that front four starting from the very start, we can start clicking, getting some good, nice, neat passes around, and just getting a goal. And I hope Werner scores against you now.
Yeah. That would happen, wouldn't it?
Well, there you have it. That's our preview for the United-Chelsea game. It's an absolutely big one, like I just mentioned. Big points, table's wide open. I'm excited and shitting myself for it. I mean, it's Wednesday, and it's the closer it gets to it, Saturday game, the closer and closer it gets, the more scared I'm going to be. But yeah, it should be a good game. It should be a good battle. I think the two teams are very close at the minute, where we're at, as a club. So it'll be an interesting matchup for the both of us.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to it. And then once again, thank you to everyone that's been subscribing and liking and commenting. We really appreciate it. Let's roll on Saturday.
Absolutely. Yeah, like we said at the start as well, it's the road to 1,000 now.
Road to 1,000.
Please subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your dads.